Oh my god.
What do you expect? They don't want to be there. They hate the music they wrote. They don't like it. They don't like each other.
Michael Clifford slides it into Austin.
Oh, stop! Fucking hell.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Disloyal Order podcast. And hello many new subscribers and many new listeners. We just want to say thank you so much for subscribing. I know most of you probably have subscribed because of Rosie's reactions, especially to the new 21 Pilots song and the Sleep Token album and the Blurry Effect, like all great things which you can find more in-depth reviews and stuff over on the Disloyal Order website as well.
God, I've trained him well.
Read. Yeah, absolutely. But this month we're going to be talking about some bits that have happened in June. Me and Rosie were just saying beforehand, not a crazy eventful month, but definitely a couple things released that caught my eye and ear, and some other bits and bobs.
I want to ask you before we start, did you listen to The Contract by 21 Pilots? Have you given it a spin?
The Contract? What, the one you reacted to? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, so, yeah, obviously I watched the reaction, and it came up on my Spotify, like, release radar. I like to listen to my Discover Weekly for new bands and my release radar and stuff, and it just came up on like my DJ release radar, one of those things. And yeah, it's a vibe.
It is a vibe. I was really
It's a vibe.
interested to know what you thought of it, but I wanted to text you about it or call you about it, and I was like, I'm going to save it for the podcast because it's literally been on repeat. I mean, you know what I think of it, but I just was intrigued to know what you thought.
Well, I'm a very casual 21 Pilots listener, in the case of like I used to listen to them, you know, a bit more when I was younger, but never like got crazy. I don't know anything about the lore, and we're going to be doing a lore video soon where Rosie is going to be try to explain the lore to me.
I'm working on it. It's a really big PowerPoint at the moment.
That's going to be a big video, so that's going to be later down the line. But yeah, I haven't had it like on repeat or anything, but when it's come on, I haven't skipped it. It's definitely interesting. It's definitely caught my attention.
Good. That's all I wanted to know. I just wanted to know what you thought. You may continue.
So, I don't know if you remember last week, but I made you a promise.
Last week or last month?
Oh, last month, sorry. Last podcast, I made you a promise.
Yes.
So we had a bit of an argument that also did pretty well on TikTok and Instagram and all that about Fall Out Boy.
Did you listen to So Much for Stardust?
I went and twice. I listened through it twice. I listened to So Much for Stardust twice, and I have an out of 10 score and just a short summary of what I thought.
Okay, go. I'm so excited.
So I listened, so as side work, I do gardening and stuff, so I was mowing someone's lawn, big lawn, and I whacked it on. And I can really focus in on an album when I'm doing that, because it's just, you know, I'm just pushing a lawnmower. The first song, banger.
Yes, Love from the Other Side, banger.
Love from the Other Side, absolute banger, really got me hyped. Rest of the album was really disappointing. I found it quite forgettable. I that set it up as quite a high precedent, and then I got to the end, and I really liked So Much for Stardust. I thought that was a good song. I thought it was a album sandwich of a good song at the beginning, because I'm not counting the cover at the end, you know, that's just a little add-on, isn't it?
That was an extra way after it came out.
Yeah. Exactly, that's what I thought. So I felt like it was a good song sandwich. The stuff in the middle was a bit forgettable, and I say this because I went and had a second listen, and I thought, yeah, I mean, it's good, it's fine. I definitely would listen to the first song again. I'd put it on a playlist. I was like, wow, I could definitely get behind this. But maybe it's because they started so high for me with that song, and then the rest kind of just felt fine. I thought it was done well. You know what? The props I did give it, the guitar tones, and I'm a guitarist, were sick. Mm-hmm. guitar tones were really nice, but I can't remember the songs, and I listened to it twice, and so for that I gave it a 5.5 out of 10.
That's better than I thought you were going to give it, to be honest. But that doesn't mean it's a good rating.
And no, and I wanted to be... Oh, I just smacked my microphone.
I just smacked myself in the dick.
But I wanted to give it a good chance, Rosie. I promised you that I'd listen to it.
I appreciate that you listened
and
to it.
I wanted to give it a good chance, but I don't know. Also, he debatably does have a good voice, and to me, I think it's got better. But that was almost too much Patrick stuff. His voice is like an acquired taste, and I like his voice, but
fair enough.
It got a lot.
Okay, well, I think Heaven, Iowa is one of the best songs they've ever written.
Which one, whereabouts is that?
Scar-crossed lovers, forever, checking myself out, forever. Tune.
See, I was like...
Everyone hates that one, though. I don't get it. I don't get the hate on that.
Yeah, no, I didn't really like that one, to be honest, but...
What the heck?
I'm sorry, Rosie, I tried.
I think the only song on that album that... No, they're all good. God, what was... I'm literally blanking on what the song is.
I can understand, right, if someone likes Fall Out Boy, which you love Fall Out Boy, I can understand why you would like the album. It is like... I would say it's worth a listen. You might like it, but it just wasn't. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back. It just wasn't for me.
That's fair. I think I'll accept
However,
that.
I have added the first song to a play. That was a banger. And
that is a banger.
That was a banger. Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. The first song, and I thought because I was a bit and then So Much for Stardust came on, and I was like, oh. This is also nice. How much more of the album? Oh, that's the end of the album. Okay.
Did you think... So, I Am My Own Muse. I am
I'm really bad with names.
I will remind you.
Okay. We're going to get copyright strike.
I'm surprised that didn't stand out for you. I heard that at the Fall Out Boy listening party in London, and... like before the album came out, and that came on, and I was like, we're getting a James Bond theme. This is sick.
So this is why I only gave it a 5.5, right? I think each song had significant, not potential. They are well-written songs. I just think how some of them were paced, and because certain sections I'd be like, oh, yeah, and then something else would happen, and I'd kind of just lose interest.
That's fair.
Okay. And that's why, to me, I said it felt a bit forgettable. Is because certain sections, like if you played me a minute of each song, of like the best part of each song, I'd go, wow, I'm really gonna like this album. And then I don't know, it kind of just it didn't flow super nice to me as an album. Maybe certain songs I could listen to like separately in a playlist and they'd go off really well. But I'm a really big album guy. I love an album, and I like albums that flow and stuff. And to me, unlike a different album that I'm going to talk about later, this just didn't flow how I wanted it to.
I also just want to shout out the person on TikTok who was having a go at you for not hearing out my opinion on Fall Out Boy. I just want to make it clear, Sam only does that to piss me off. He can still hear me through his headphones. He's just doing it to piss me off.
I could fully hear Rosie. Yeah.
He will listen to differing opinions.
Our favourite thing to do is to wind each other up. So if you would like to watch us wind each other up, stick around.
So you just said that you're like an album guy, right? I'm going on a bit of a tangent. So I just wrote an article today for the Disloyal Order website about the TikTokification of music and the death of the album. And you're an artist. Do you think the TikTokification and snippeting of catchy, trendy music is killing the album?
So, yes and no.
Okay.
So I think for popular music, yes. So I think, I think for like your mainstream pop artists that are, helped by labels, nothing against them. You know, that kind of stuff, yes, because they just try and whack 16 songs on an album and try and get the stream levels as much as you can. And it's completely, you know, it makes sense. It's understandable. But I've seen a lot of people moving away, and, you know, I've seen all this stuff online that's like, bring back the BlackBerry. We don't want social media. Bring back people are where AI and streaming and like the Nintendo Switch 2 where you don't really own anything, and Spotify where you don't own anything, and Netflix where you don't own anything. People are reverting back to wanting to actually have something, and that's why vinyls and CDs and tapes and all these things are now do so well. And I've actually seen the resurgence of physical books instead of reading it on your phone or a Kindle and all this kind of stuff. People like, I've started reading again, and it's just great. I love whipping out something physical. I was listening to CDs today when I was sorting stuff out. So,
even like DVDs as well. Our friends have got like a 3,000 DVD collection, and it's crazy.
I think it's definitely, we're in a world where I feel like we hardly are able to own anything anymore. Like, we can't afford a house. You can't afford that. You've got to. For equipment that I use for one of my jobs, I rent it off someone because I can't afford to own some of this equipment. You know, like, I don't own it. So in a world where you don't own stuff anymore, I feel like people are wanting that kind of thing. And because of that, I think alternative artists, or just artists that aren't even like, you know, super mainstream in the case of like, I'm talking your Ariana Grandes and like that size people. People are definitely appreciating the album because people are buying physical stuff again. And when you put on an album, you have to listen to it.
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
And so, yes and no. And I'm really excited because I feel like the album is slowly coming back. And this actually leads on to one of my points, if you don't mind. Good transition. Where I think a band has done that really, really well this month is the new Turnstyle album.
I'm doing a reaction video to it. I haven't listened to it yet. It's in the works this weekend. I've heard good things. So,
bangers. I love Turnstyle. So, I'm not going to stand around and say, I've loved Turnstyle since they were like, bruh, just a hardcore band. I knew some Turnstyle songs, but I didn't realise I knew Turnstyle songs. You know, that's very common. Stuff is on a playlist, stuff that you hear. So I was like, oh, I knew a lot of old Turnstyle, just didn't know I liked them as a band. Side note, sorry if I sound really congested. My hay fever is going crazy.
I know like Turnstyle. Oh, two, Fly Again and Blackout. Those are the two that are just saved on my thing, and that I've never listened to any Turnstyle other than that.
So this was before their album Glow On. I believe that's what it's called, which is when they really first started to gain a lot of traction. But I like their heavier stuff. I like their newer stuff. So I think album is bangers. Could it be heavier? Yes. Do I care? No. This album is an album that flows. Songs flow into each other. They've got interlude bits. They've got space. They're holding space. It's awesome. It's really cool. I haven't watched the film it's tied to yet because they did like a film thing.
What?
Yeah. So I believe they've done a film. So every single song has a music video and they all tie together. And it was showed in some cinemas in America. I really want to watch it. Maybe if we're able to get hold of it or rent it at some point, we could do a reaction together.
Yes, that would be a good idea. I'll look into it.
Just quickly, my favourite songs that I'm listening to on repeat from that album, which you should listen out to, is Light Design. Light Design, my light design. It's such a banger. And Birds. It's just... Birds is just... it's just riffy. And you could just like get a little mush to it. It's great. I think it's a very beautifully crafted album. I'm very excited where they go. It's a hot Turnstyle summer. get your two-step in check, because I will see you in the pit. I really want to see them live. I didn't catch them at Outbreak. I believe they were headlining Outbreak again, Outbreak Fest, and I'm gutted I didn't go. Lots of bands I wanted to see. But yeah, the album to me is like, I've given it an 8.9. It's so
high
good.
praise.
High praise. I think it's really, really good. I think I think maybe just because I am really enjoying it, it might go down. I can't really see it going up, but right now it's the album I am listening front to back to when I'm putting on an album. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
I'm excited. I'll be filming a reaction to that this weekend, so it's going to go up early next week. I imagine probably after this is out.
Nice.
If not, it's already out. Go check. Go check. I don't know.
Either way, if you're listening to this or watching this far in the future, I think we could probably just whack a link in the description or on the little eye.
I wanted to give a little shout out to there's a band local to Birmingham called Last Towns.
Oh, not heard of them.
Familiar. You would really like them. They're really good. They just released an EP, and it's just fucking incredible. I gave it a listen today at work. They've really like honed in on a sound they're just so good. I can see them becoming huge. I saw them supporting Mouth Culture in Digbeth, and they were just so lovely. And I bought a vinyl off them, and they signed it for me. And I was like, when you guys get famous, I'm selling this shit. I was like, this shit's gonna be 300 quid, and they were like laughed or whatever. And I've been in contact with them since, and they very kindly sent me some merch. Thank you, Last Hounds.
Oh, and that's awesome.
It was awesome. They're really nice guys, and their music is just fucking sick. But this EP, shit, it's called Growing Pains. It's really good. I just need people to go listen to it. I'm gonna write a review on it.
Send me the link.
I'll send you a link.
I want to have a listen.
It's so good. And I just wanted to give a small band a shout out because they deserve to be so much bigger. I believe they're playing Hellfest as well. I don't know when that is.
Oh, what? That's awesome.
I believe it's Hell. Oh, I should probably check actually before I make a claim and it's not true.
Hey, as we're giving small bands shout out, I'm going to give a small... This is technically a plug and a small band shout out. So...
It was Hellfest.
My band, I'm in a band... they're playing Hellfest.
Yes, so if you're at Hellfest, please go check them out. They're sick.
What are they called again?
Last Hounds.
Perfect. But I want to give a small band a shout out. So I believe their EP, we're filming this on the 26th. I think it might be out today. I believe it's out today. I haven't listened to it yet, but if it's anything like they are live, so it should be good. So they're a band called Hell for Leather.
Oh.
I think Kai would love them.
You've spoken about these people before to me.
They're like an 80s style heavy rock band, but they're all in their like early 20s. They're young guys. And my me and Teddy Bear, we played a gig with them at the Amersham Arms a couple months back, and on Thursday, the 3rd of July. So if you're around, come back to the Amersham Arms because we're playing with them again.
Yes, let's go.
And they were the sweetest guys, and they were sick. The guitarist made me and Nath want to quit playing guitar. Absolutely shredded. The singer, great stage presence, lovely guy, great voice. The drummer drummed most of the set in a leather jacket, so props to you, dude. And the bass player was just keeping the low end tight. They were so good. So shout out Hell for Leather, just for being nice guys. And I'm going to check out your EP, but everyone else should go check it out, because they were awesome. And come to our gig on the 3rd of July at the Amersham Arms in London.
Do it. Do it.
Hell yeah. Support small bands.
Well, while we're doing shout outs, I might as well chuck another one in there. Local band called Cherry Dead in Birmingham. They're playing the town hall where Black Sabbath did their first ever few gigs over the Black Sabbath weekend, hosted by the BBC West Midlands. And they were on BBC West Midlands this morning, and they are just so...
Are they all female? Are they all female bands?
All female metal band. The lead vocalist Emily is such a G, like the nicest, funniest person you've ever met. Such a G. And they're just so incredible live. If you want some heavy fucking vocals and you couldn't get tickets to the Black Sabbath gig, then haul ass to Town Hall. I saw this on Instagram. I saw that
it was a BBC or Black Sabbath, or I saw something had posted about it, and I literally saw them on it. They seemed awesome.
They're awesome. They're
great glasses. Great glasses. She was wearing some awesome glasses.
So that's our 3 shout-outs, I think. Last Hounds, Health Leather, Cherry Dead. Get it. So I've got a few things. I have written on my list Download Festival, obviously.
Yeah, I've got that's on my list as well.
With 0 sub-bullet points. I didn't go.
I have 2.
And to be honest, I didn't see much about it. So...
Okay, so I didn't go either. I did see a lot of stuff about it.
Okay.
So the first thing and most important thing is the McFly at Download.
How could I forget?
Awesome!
What the heck?
They did. What was it? Was it
Rage Against the
Master of
Machine.
Puppets? No. They did Master of Puppets by Metallica into 5 Colours in Her Hair.
And then it was fucking
awesome. Yeah, Rage Against the Machine cover.
What the fuck? And it was good. I was like, guys.
Yeah.
I was commenting on it. I was like, guys, you need to bring this to the McFly Busted tour, and we'll show up for you.
Yeah.
We'll show up for you. I'll be there.
In the pit. Actually,
that was crazy. That was crazy. That was the only FOMO I got from the whole weekend.
Oh, dude, it looked awesome. The only thing is, though, I then looked at the set list. Right, I would have wanted a bit more McFly. But then that's me. Like, they were catering, they knew what they were doing, they absolutely smashed it. They sounded awesome. It's a right laugh. People that are shitting on it need to just grow up.
Have a day off. Also, Venga Boys were there.
I literally was about to say. Also, I saw people commenting, this is why I don't go to Download anymore. Absolutely gone to shit. Oh, right. God forbid people just have a laugh. It's like if ABBA played Download, that would be the most attended to, because metalheads, every single metal show I've been to, in between each band at a metal and rock gig, they just play ABBA.
Yeah, agree.
If an ABBA song comes on, everyone sings it. Mm-hmm. They love ABBA. Metalheads love ABBA.
Metalheads love ABBA. I love ABBA.
You can't change my mind.
You love ABBA.
We all love ABBA.
We all love ABBA. I've gone to that ABBA Voyage 3 times. I'm going again.
Oh, I've never gone.
Oh my God, Sam, it's I cry so much. It's incredible. Like, you hear about it. You hear about people talking about it, and they're like, oh my God, it's like they're actually there. And you're like, it's a screen.
Is it? Yeah.
It's a screen. It's like they're there.
Is it like hologram 2-pack?
It's crazy. What?
Like hologram 2-pack?
I'm not familiar with hologram 2-pack.
You're not familiar with hologram 2-pack? I think he should do a collab with ABBA hologram.
Well, I was saying, like, what other late artists do you want to see, like, a hologram tour of?
Well, I don't know how I feel about the ABBA Voyage thing, because, like, they're all alive, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of makes me feel a bit weird. If they were, like, deceased, maybe that makes me feel even more uncomfortable. I don't know. But I think I would really like to see, I don't know, it's like, I would love to see maybe like Nirvana. I'd really love to have seen Nirvana, but I don't know if I want to see an AI Kurt Cobain. You know what I mean? That kind of goes against everything I feel about that.
Yeah. I don't think you'd be too happy about that.
I'm not sure. What about you? Who else would you want to see do it?
I think, and this is so, I understand your concerns with it being...
Yeah.
I get it. But from a selfish point of view, for people I haven't seen, Prince.
Oh.
David Bowie.
I mean, I have seen Prince, and I completely understand that.
David Bowie.
Yeah.
It'd be incredible. We could do Freddie Mercury with Queen. Queen are still playing stuff.
I mean,
even just
they
for
kind
one
of
song.
get him on the screen.
Yeah. It's the same.
Hologram 2-pack.
Hologram 2-pack. What are you saying? I'm thinking, like, gosh, there's like the big obvious ones, but then I'm sure there's like smaller. I don't know, but Prince would just be incredible.
Maybe like really early on Eminem, because that's like the only Eminem I really care about.
Oh, wait,
that could be interesting.
I didn't think about younger versions of bands. Wait.
Yeah. Because that's what ABBA is. They're all alive.
No,
it's just a younger version of them.
That. I literally didn't even think about that.
So like young Eminem could be interesting.
Oh my god, who would I want to see younger in? Wait, this has changed everything. This has changed. I thought about it completely.
Maybe like,
God,
I feel like, do you know
young
do you know
Mike
who I
would
could
go
see?
crazy.
Yeah, but I would see old Mike M. I don't care.
No,
But
I would see old Mike M, but...
What I could see doing well is like Take That. Going along that pop route is like Take That doing the ABBA Voyage kind of thing. Could be interesting because then you could have all four of them.
I saw Take That live a few months ago.
Yeah.
It was the best show I've ever been to.
Hell yeah, dude.
Best show. It was just everything about it. No notes. 10 out of 10. Everything was perfect.
I love that for you.
And I too would go see Hologram Take That.
Fair enough. The other thing, obviously, the download elephant in the room is Sleep Token headlining. I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, comment section, but I believe a member from Korn actually gave them the props of like,
Yes.
give them a
good.
chance that like, go for it. I think, so obviously I wasn't there, but I basically was because you have social media and they saw so much of it.
Yeah.
And also the bass player does a lot of like bass cam. Saw a lot. He does like, yeah. It's cool. I think it's like Sleep Token 3 or whatever, or I think he's like number 3.
I
Slipknot type
think
beat.
he's actually called I.
Yeah. Whatever, Roman numerals or whatever. And what I saw is like their staging, awesome.
Yes.
Very much reminded me of like when Bring Me the Horizon came out at that download, and everyone's like, why are they headlining? And they came out and blew everyone's socks off with their staging. Because I actually was there, their staging, I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. This is so good. Their staging was awesome.
Agree.
But apparently from what I again, correct me if I'm wrong, I wasn't there, from what I saw, their crowd interaction wasn't great.
Well, this is the thing. So I wrote an article on this months ago. So I ran my big mouth on TikTok and I was like, Sleep Token shouldn't be headlining download. Got a lot of hate. So then Sleep Token went on tour and I got tickets to that tour because I wanted to see what the hype was about. I listened to Take Me Back to Eden all the way through, and then I bought tickets to the tour. And I still didn't really get it, but I was like, I'll go. And I've got a kind of a review discussion type thing on the Disloyal website where I was basically being like, based on what I've heard and what I've seen, can Sleep Token headline download? And I think I gave a very fair, very honest review of it. I think they sound great, but because they're all anonymous, the crowd interactions isn't there. Which is fine for a concert, but not for a festival.
I think it was a cool thing to watch and to behold. But I feel like if my feet were hurting and I was tired and a little bit drunk, I probably would leave halfway through.
Yeah.
And that's nothing against their music and stuff, but like if I'm at a festival and stuff and I'm not a massive fan of the band, like their heavier shit is awesome, but they're a very vibe based band, aren't they? You know.
And you would just conserve your energy. You would just conserve your energy instead. You'd go and have a pint and relax.
Yeah, grab some scran. I just do think it is really cool, though, that they have been given the opportunity. And I think it did prove some people wrong. I think their whole vibe and energy and stuff was awesome. And I think Download should be doing this and giving bands like Sleep Token and Bring Me and the bands in between a chance to headline. And I think some of them will do well. So I think they should carry on doing this.
I mean, this was kind of where the criticism on my TikTok live was. People were like, oh, you want the same legacy acts, you want the same... And I was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't think this is the right... It's great if you're a Sleep Token fan. And even now that I've listened to, their new album, I'd probably see them again and really like it because I really fucked with it. But at the time, I was just like, if you're not a fan, you're not going to get it, and by the sounds of it, from accounts on the Download Facebook, people didn't get it, and a lot of people were leaving.
Yeah, but I think it's Yeah, but again, they're I think they're an acquired taste band. I think if you love Sleep Token, you love them. If not, you kind of casually vibe. I think they would have done really well one under headline.
Or headlining second stage.
Yeah, I think headlining second stage, it would have been packed. Don't get me wrong. It would have been packed. I think one below on main stage this year, they would have really thrived. Don't get me wrong. I think it's awesome they were given the chance. But yeah, so I think it's really interesting. I've heard very, very mixed things, but then there are very divisive. People either love them or hate them. They're the Marmite currently.
Marmite.
But they're also Leng, so they're just like rippling abs, very
great
fit,
cheese
good
on
voice.
Their stomach, like.
Absolutely, hell yeah, dude.
So I have some predictions on who's going to headline Download next year, and I'm like 90% sure I'm correct.
Okay, let's rattle them off.
Okay, 3 headliners. I think we're getting My Chemical Romance.
I hope so.
I think we're getting Linkin Park. This is the general consensus.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah.
And I think we're getting Muse.
Okay. I would be very much down for those headliners. I think maybe it's because I want it. I think you're right with Linkin Park. I was going to say My Chem just then. I think you're right with Linkin Park. I feel mixed about the current Linkin Park stuff. I think she is a good vocalist, and I don't have. I know some people don't like her because of some personal things. I saw all this like supporting a bad guy. What? I don't know about any of that. I think she's got good vocals. I feel like I don't, because they could do what they want, and I love Mike Shinoda. Well, I saw him at Download I saw him at Reading, which was cool. He did a couple Linkin Park songs. Like how Adam Lambert and Queen are a thing, and like Sex Pistols and Frank Carter, and I think if they had gone down that avenue, maybe I would be more on board with it. I wasn't a fan of their latest album, which had her. They were fine. They were fine songs. I didn't save any of them or anything. But I do think they are doing a lot of the European festival circuit headlining at the moment. And I would love to sing some Linkin Park songs in a field. So, hell yeah. I think My Chem and Muse is a cool shout, but I do think they will have... I feel like Download being Download, I feel like that's too many just like non-traditional Download headliners. I think they all are Download headliners, but I feel like we need not at the same time. Okay. I feel like we could have. I feel like it's definitely going to be Linkin Park, and then it's either going to be Muse or My Chem as well, and then one other band like, your obviously your Slipknot, your Korn, your Metallica, your Iron Maiden, your whatever bands, your Download headline band kind of vibe. Don't know what one it would be, but if they do Muse, My Chem, and Linkin Park, that is a bold move, I think, personally, and I think it's the correct move. I think that would be awesome.
I would be there. I would be there in a heartbeat.
If My Chem were there, I would be there. Like, just are you joking? Like, that would be awesome.
I also wanted to mention quickly, do you remember last month we had a bit of a theory on who the next year's Slam Dunk headliner were going to be? Do you remember who's
going to slam the dunk?
Who's going to slam the dunk? And I said...
Yeah, you said...
Good Charlotte.
You said Good Charlotte, yeah.
They released a single for their upcoming album yesterday.
Oh!
How convenient! I think I'm right. Also, did you listen to it?
No, I haven't. I didn't even know they released one.
Don't bother.
Oh no.
I was going to write a review on it. I sat down, I listened to it, and I was like, you know what, some things don't need to be public.
I don't
yeah,
need
here
to.
I am. So I forget that I'm like recording and not just having a chat.
But you know, I think that's also the thing is though, because not everything is, we're not going to like everything. But again, I think that's a really good example of like, you can very much have different opinions, and please disagree with us in the comments or suggest an alternative view, because that's what this whole point is about. Just discussing it, and you know, you could very much disagree with us, and we, you know, I'm up for scrutiny because I'm a musician. You can very much not like my music, but
whereas don't
and that's
bully
fine.
me. I'll cry.
And the thing is though, I'm happy to say when someone is better than me, like the guitarist from Hell for Leather. What a unit! Jesus Christ, what a man! Beautiful, luscious blonde, glam rock locks. Oh, man crush.
Whilst we're on festivals real quick, I've got 2 more festival bits to talk about.
Okay, go for it.
So I attended Bloodfest this year, thanks to Universal Music. Thank you.
Awesome.
Just for funsies. I barely made any content. I was just there having a vibe. And it was a nice time. And I just wanted to talk a bit about Bloodfest in general, also Youngblood's performance, because I genuinely cannot remember if I've seen him before live. I'm sure I have at like Reading. I must have done, but I don't remember it. And I just feel like the Youngblood that performed at Bloodfest is not the Youngblood that I've seen perform before. Oh,
interesting take. How so?
He is so I don't know how to describe. So I feel like before, either I've seen him live or I've seen videos. I'm still not certain. But I feel like his stage presence was quite choreographed. Right? Like, it works, but I feel like it's like, I'm a musician and I'm a rock star and this is what I do on stage. Like, it kind of gave that. Whereas I saw him at Bloodfest, and I don't know if it's the confidence of the new album coming out and the response he's got from it, but it was like he just like melted into the role. He was incredible. That's
pretty awesome.
Really
Fair
good.
Enough.
And
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
I'm not a massive Youngblood fan, but I was sat on the hill, I was relaxing, I was having a Pepsi, and I was
behind the Spud Man.
Behind the Spud Man, and I was like, this is a really good show. This is a really good show, and now I really want to see him live again.
Did he do all 9 minutes of Hello Heaven Hello as well?
He did indeed. Like, he opened with it.
Oh, great opener.
Chef's kiss. He was really good. And I used to have a bit of shtick for Youngblood. Like, not massive. Like, I listened to his music, but then you and Teddy Bear just would not shut up about him. And kept
when we were teenagers, so first EP, first album Youngblood, and then Loner, up to Loner. And then after that, it very much just became a very casual listen. You know, he just got a lot bigger, and, you know, things change and whatever, but I've always been lurking.
But I was always like, not a hater, but I was like, I'd listen to his music, but also like quite embarrassed to like his music. I was like one of those. I was like, oh my god, I'm playing fucking, and then it's fucking Youngblood, fucking yeah.
Like he gets a lot. He gets a lot of hate. He gets a lot of hate because he's very eccentric. He's very over the top, and that cringes out some people and stuff.
It does cringe me out, and to be honest, it felt really forced. But then after seeing him at Bloodfest, I was like, you know what? I get it. I finally get it.
Do you think maybe it's because he knew that, I know, like, even if you have a headline show, people are being there for you, but, you know, lots of times I've gone for the opening bands because I haven't been able to see them anywhere else. Mm-hmm. But maybe it's because, like, this is his festival. He knows that people are there for the Bloodfest. And also I think he's just doing some different stuff. Pardon me, sorry. At the moment, you know, I think he is just very comfortable. He's really honed his voice as well.
I agree.
I saw an interview saying he's taken quite extensive vocal training, and got very physically fit like he's for the vocal toll of basically Hello Heaven Hello. I was going to ask you about Bloodfest. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Were there any other standout acts that you saw during the day?
So Love Cat was there. Love her. She's great. Saw Chase Atlantic.
Oh, cool.
Chase Atlantic? Yeah. I always get Chase Atlantic and Stand Atlantic really confused. Chase Atlantic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my kind of thing, but they put on... Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to be a bitch. I say they put on a good show. I don't think he was performing, to be honest.
Oh.
I think we had a backing track type shit. But, maybe I'm wrong. Allegedly. We also saw Denzel Curry, which is actually fucking sick. That was
Denzel Curry is a performer.
Oh my god, that was incredible. And I just
did Youngblood and Denzel Curry do Lemonade?
We had to leave like halfway through Youngblood, unfortunately.
I don't know if they did because that song is not his best work. Denzel Curry's verse on it is wicked though. But yeah, I love Denzel Curry. It
was just a really good time. My only two qualms with Bloodfest as a whole was one, couldn't find the second stage. Where was it? Like, I feel like I walked around the whole place and I couldn't find a whole other stage. Maybe I was being stupid. Maybe it wasn't signed well. Anyway. Secondly, so we were in the... three things actually. We were in the in the guest queue, VIP queue. Hello. Uh-huh. And we were, or not me, I arrived quite late because all the trains were fucking cancelled, but my friends went through the guest queue, through VIP, and there was a big queue, and the security there were amazing. It was really hot out. They were giving out cups of water, checking everyone was all right.
Oh, nice.
General admission queue and access queue. Nothing. People were fainting in line. People were throwing up. There were disabled people waiting in queue for hours, and I was just like, fucking hell, like...
This happened last year as well, but was more publicised last year.
It was not good. And then my third qualm was I was being really responsible, wasn't drinking, because it was a very hot day. It was the longest day of the year, actually, and I'm sure Youngblood and his team know this. Your birthday. And I went to fill up my bottle with water. Went to the sign that said water. I went to the bar. I was like, can you fill this up? And they were like, there's a water stand on the other side of the field. And I was like, fuck. All right, okay. So I went and walked to the other side of the field. There's a really long queue. I was like, I get it. It's a hot day. Was there for like 30 minutes queuing. I was like, Christ, just trying to fill my bottle of water. Get to the front. Why are there 4 water taps in the arena for the whole festival on the hottest day of the year?
Oh my
Longest day of the year. I'm surprised.
It's just a bit underprepared in some aspects for certain things. And the thing is though, I'd just like to say, we can't completely fault Youngblood with regards to this, because he is the
organizer.
He's curated the general vibe, but he needs to check the people he's employed to do this shit, because there was problems similar to this last year, and they don't seem to have been rectified.
And there might have been taps elsewhere, like, because there was a bit on the outside of the arena that had like food and stuff, and I'm sure there were water taps there, but inside the arena,
signpost better.
Oh my god, it was just horrific, and I felt so sick and faint, and it was just, but otherwise very well put together. There was like a little museum of stuff, like a gallery, and there was a make a friend area, and the food was great, and it was really well put together, except for those just 3 issues.
Fair enough. Well, I also wanted to go kind of good transition onto the new Youngblood album, Idols.
Again, I'm filming a reaction to it this weekend.
Oh, so you haven't listened to it? So
maybe we should have filmed this next week. Fuck, no, you can say what you want. Say what you want.
Maybe. Well, I'll keep it short and sweet. Opens, kind of similar to my Fall Out Boy review. It opens with a banger, and it does have songs in it in which I think, not in an album setting, I would listen to and stuff, but the pacing to me felt a bit slow.
Okay.
I think his performance in songs was very impressive, and I liked some of the guitar work and solos and stuff. I'd like to give it another listen. It just didn't hit as much as I wanted it to because of how good the opening song is.
Okay.
I think if you're going to open with something like Hello Heaven Hello, such a fucking banger, I wanted more. I wanted more of that.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted it to hit like that more.
And it kind of
not
dwindles.
And it's just, I think there's a lot of David Bowie inspiration, a lot of that era stuff. I mean, obviously, look at he's walking like Mick Jagger, and he got Billy Idol out on stage.
Yeah, I missed that. Yeah. Fuck.
You can hear these influences, and I think he does them justice on some songs. But to me, I wanted the album to pack a bit more of a punch.
Okay.
But
I'll keep that in mind.
It is arguably, his performance on stuff is very impressive.
Okay.
But it just, again, wasn't initially what I was expecting or quite looking for. I wanted that hard punch. I wanted that, take some of the, Hello Heaven Hello, I think was a risk, personally.
I agree.
Like when it,
and it.
I wanted more risk. I wanted more risk on some of the stuff. And I think Youngblood is the artist to do that in a mainstream sense. So, yeah. But I would be interested, because I've only listened to it once.
Okay.
I would like to do it. I'd like to listen to it again.
And keep an eye out for a reaction on the channel, I guess, this weekend.
Ooh.
Sticking to festivals, I've got my final point and my final festival point. I don't know how much you've been following on what's going on with Warped Tour at the moment.
Little bits here and there, because I saw the Asking Alexandria stuff.
Danny Worsnop being a little bitch. What's going on? Well, we know what's going on.
Being a sleep token wannabe in his hoodie.
Well, he clearly doesn't fucking want to be there.
I don't know why people are surprised. It's been like this for a couple of years now.
Well, this is the thing. So, our good friend and host of the We Wear Black podcast, Yasmin Suman, posted a TikTok where they were talking about just this whole thing, Danny Worsnop at fucking Warped Tour. And they were like, you can't be surprised when we've got this new generation of like either new fans into nostalgic music or people looking for nostalgic music. And especially because like bands, or bigger bands at least, aren't really making the kind of music today that we heard in the early 2000s, for example. It's either going back to the 90s, or there's this kind of new kind of like metalcore sound that we've been going into in the 2020s. And Yaz was like, when we're looking for something nostalgic and you're dragging all of these bands from your childhood from 10, 15, 20 years ago and forcing them to play some fucking festival when they haven't spoken to each other as bandmates in years because they all had a falling out, they were like, well, what do you expect? They don't want to be there. They hate the music they wrote. They don't like it. They don't like each other. It ends on bad blood. And then everyone gets mad at them if they don't play, and then gets mad at them when they do. So,
yeah, my thing is, I don't think... are they doing it for the bag? Maybe. I think... I don't know how they are as people, but... Do you remember Asking Alexandria? I can't say Alexandria with my congested nose. But, just to let you know, I've just seen Kai on Discord skipping from Mike M to Bryan Adams, which was a crazy choice, Kai. But, and he's staying on Bryan Adams, just to let everyone know. He skipped Mike M and is listening to Bryan Adams. Sorry, that really made me chuckle. But,
he's driving.
They released an album called The Black, and they had a different singer. Can't remember his name. Danny, whatever, had left the band. They got a new singer in, released The Black. I think it was a good album. His screams were great. I believe he wasn't a great person, but whatever. And then Danny came back. They kicked this guy out. They only had one album with him. Bosh, goodbye, sir. Then came back and whatever. And they released some music that people didn't like. And now they're just... He can't do the screams like he used to because of vocal reasons.
Which is
and because
fair.
Which is
age,
fine.
whatever.
But but also it's the case of you can have screams on a backing track to enhance them. And so in Teddy Bear, I do a lot of the screams, right? Because Nath, who is Teddy Bear, is needed to preserve his voice for the singing. Some of our songs have quite high range. Also, I can scream relatively well and stuff. Have been recently ill, and because of that, we do also have the screams low on the mix to help me, and just in case of a certain for those reasons, because Nath wouldn't be singing in those sections, you know. Mm-hmm. It's not an uncommon practice, you know, but he just wasn't putting in any fucking effort. He didn't even try. So, you know.
But then I do have sympathy, because there is some truth in just like, I mean, we're not forcing them to be there. If they're there for the bag, fair enough. We'd all do it. But
they could just not do it.
No, but you would though.
Yeah, I guess. They obviously have.
I do have a bit of sympathy, but I do think that people's anger and frustration is justified.
It's also valid. You have just wasted people's money. The tickets aren't cheap anymore. Nope. But stuff is expensive, especially in America. Cost of living in the UK. Australia's inflations are crazy. If you're paying money for something like Warped Tour or these festivals and stuff, that might be the only thing you go to that year, festival-wise, for most people. And they are having to choose. And you would be disappointed.
Yeah.
So,
I would.
However, I see clips of Bowling for Soup, and I love you so much, Bowling for Soup.
I love Bowling for Soup.
I love Bowling for Soup. So people were commenting, oh, they're playing it way too faster, and I'm like, have you ever watched a video of the Ramones? They'd get through 40 songs in an hour. Like, Jesus Christ.
Well,
1, 2, 3, 4. It's crazy.
So Kai went to see Guns N' Roses the other day.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he got a ticket for like 30 quid last minute, and he was like, that's worth it, whatever. I think it was about 90 face value, and he was like, what a steal. So he went, and he was like, do I really, whatever. Guns N' Roses, you know, are getting old.
They're getting on.
3-hour set.
Hell yeah!
What the heck? And obviously it wasn't, we know how his voice has been going, you know, Mickey Mouse in it.
I've seen some clips.
But some of it, in his lower register, when he slips in it, it sounds really good, like exactly the same.
I've seen loads of clips from their recent tour, and people commenting have been really quite sweet and gone, obviously he does not sound as great as he has done, but this is the best he's sounded in about a decade. Mm-hmm. Like, he's obviously taken care of it a bit better, and he's trying. And that's great. And I love it when these legacy bands with massive catalogues do these long shows. I'm talking Guns N' Roses, I'm talking Foo Fighters. You go to a Foo Fighters show, I paid 90 quid for my ticket. That's £30 an hour. They're paying for £3 an hour. Like, it's because these smaller bands I'm going to, yes, I'm paying 30 quid, but they're paying for an hour and 10 minutes, because they don't have the decades worth of material. Yep. I'm going to Foo Fighters, you go to Guns N' Roses, I saw Motley Crue, you know, they're playing at least for a couple hours.
Crazy.
I'm like, hey.
But I also think it's dangerous to set that as a precedent, that when you become a big, like, could you imagine Teddy Bear in your, like, 70s, and you're like, fucking hell, another day, gotta do a fucking 5-hour set now.
I hope I get to that point where people say I need to pack it in. That's the goal. That's the goal.
That would be you've made it.
I have one more point as well on my list. Did we finish up your thing? Yep. I didn't want to cut it short. I was just looking at the time, and we're getting on to close to an hour. Last thing, one of my top artists on Spotify for the past 2 years running, Joey Valance and Bray, have released a new song. It's called What's Up, featuring JPEG Mafia, and it is a vibe. It is a summer vibe. Bray, shout out Bray, has the best verse in the song. Best verse in the song by Bray. The reason I wanted to speak about it, to tie into my Turnstyle point earlier, the outro for the song got me really interested to see how it's going to fit into an album. Because I know they finished their album. I know it's finished. Like, they've got it. And they're now just starting to release stuff. I'm going to be really interested if they are going down this more album route, because I did hear Bray, I believe, or maybe it was Joey, one of them talking about they've been vibing with Turnstyle recently, and that spacey, vibey outro giving me a bit of Turnstyle vibes.
It's a bit of you.
So it was a bit of me, and I just love Joey Valence and Bray. It's just a good time. They do exactly what they are meant to do correctly, which is just fun music. I never have a bad time listening to a song. And I've seen them twice. Some of the best gigs I've been to. Nicest people. Mosh pits are awesome. They do female-only mosh pit as well. It was sick. They're great guys. And their support acts are always good. Shout out Froze Mode. I've been seeing some stuff on Froze Mode on TikTok recently. I saw them support Joey Valence and Bray. Initially, not my kind of vibe. Awesome. 3 sick rapper hip-hop dudes. They had a live drummer, live guitarist as well. Their energy was 100% from the get-go, and they gave out 3 lighters. That's a win in my book.
That is a win.
Legends. Did
you listen to their new Muse track?
I have not.
Oh Lord, it's crazy. So I did
a reaction to it. I haven't watched the video. I have not watched your video yet.
It's heavy, and I also just want to shout out. Yeah. So I did the reaction to the Muse video. It's heavy. It's like heavy for Muse. Do you know what I mean? It's not. Let's not go crazy.
It's riffy.
It's riffy. There's also a review for the Muse track, Unraveling, on the website, not written by me, because now we've got a little group of girls and gals and boys and girls and non-binary swirls writing some amazing content for me. So please give them some love in. Their work's all on the site, and their social media handles are credited on the Instagram page as well. And they're just doing me a really big solid. So, and they're all over the world and the country. I'm trying to work out how to get a press pass to shows in LA at the moment, and it's like, I don't know where to start. But this girl was like, there's a show I want to go to, and I was like, okay, I mean, try.
I'll try.
So just a big shout out, like, if any of the contributors are watching this, then I appreciate you.
That's so awesome. Shout out those guys.
Oh, I know. And then I had a final point, which I just popped into my head, and I've fucking forgotten it.
Oh, she forgot it.
Shit, what was it? Fucking...
Well, while you're trying to think, I just wanted to say... Oh!
No, go on.
No, you go. You've got your point. Okay, I don't want it to go out your head.
So, Michael, Clifford, and Awsten Knight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that fanfic video.
Yeah. So
Wicked.
They're in partnership with Wattpad. I spoke to Teddy Bear about this the other night. In partnership with Wattpad.
Incredible.
And they're doing some sort of competition where you can write fanfiction and they'll judge it, and I don't know what you win. But I was talking to Teddy about this, and he was like, I think this is fucking brilliant. I think it's funny. I think they know their fans, and I think it's a really good bridge, right? And I was like, I hear you. I read it and was like, some 30-year-olds reading smart that an underage girl has written them. I was like, that doesn't make me... I was like, that's... But everyone I've spoken to was like, oh yeah, I think it's really cool. And I was like, I think it's really inappropriate, but okay.
So when you put it like that...
Yes, do you know what I mean? Because it's like judged by Michael Clifford. And I'm like, so...
Because the thing is though, right, I think it's hilarious, and I think the music video is so funny, and a good old man smooch at the end. I love a man smooch. Smooch your man. Smooch your men, smooch your friends. I love that every year Teddy Bear on my birthday just posts a video of us kissing on stage. It's great.
You did do that.
I love it. Shout out. But I think it was really great, and I saw all this, thought it was hilarious. I get what you're saying now. However, I always click on those Dan and Phil reading fanfic, Smosh reading fanfic. I think they're funny. I do, however, think to make this more less weird, I guess is the correct term, is maybe the people that have written it need to like submit some identification, and you can only write not safe for work stuff if you're over 18, and then the rest just has to be friendship cutie vibes.
I doubt it.
No, there's definitely some 15-year-olds going, Michael Clifford slides it into Awsten.
Oh, stop! Fucking hell, content warning. Christ. Jesus Christ. And then they have to read it and go, yeah, that's good, that one's going to win. Do you know what I mean? Like,
great.
I just made
I
me
would
a bit...
love to do that to Awsten, though.
It just makes me a bit uncomfortable. And God forbid there's a self-insert. Do you know what I mean? I just think it's all a bit strange. But, you know, people have been saying that AO3 and Wattpad are held up by, like, 30-year-old women and not teenage girls. So if that's true, then whatever.
I mean, there are horny cells, you know, so get with it, guys.
Get with it.
Get with it.
Anyway, that's all of my points for this month.
Brilliant. Now, I think we've both been so busy, I don't think there is a game. I haven't written a game.
I haven't written a game. I think we've had a good time.
No game.
We should make the game, it's like Mad Libs, but with self-insert fan fiction of Michael Clifford and Awsten Knight. So give me a noun.
I'm really dyslexic. What's a noun?
We're not doing this, so take us ages.
No. But if you have any kind of games, to be fair, it's on me. It was my turn this week to do something.
I was going to text you and ask, but I was like, I can't be asked.
No. So, and we've got to an hour anyway. So if there are any kind of games, music games you'd like us to do, just comment them below. If you have made it this far. So thank you everyone for watching, I believe, the 4th episode, and thank you everyone for subscribing. 4th, 5th.
Yes, amazing. Thank you guys. I felt so full of love this week.
We hope that you will like the other content that isn't just reactions, because we are going to be going to a small music fest next month, and we're going to be doing band interviews. We're going to be reviewing the sets, potentially. It's gonna just be having a good old grand time. I've got new microphones. We're going to be doing solo interviews, dual interviews. Speaking of bands,
we're going to be tag teaming them like Awsten Knight and Michael Clifford.
Also, just to also put this in here, I have loads and loads of gigs coming up in July and August. I am so unbelievably busy. Basically, every single weekend, apart from the weekend I'm going to the festival with you, and during the week. Next week, I have gigs with Teddy Bear at the Amersham Arms. I'm playing at Tunbridge Castle Music Weekender with the Polygons, supporting a Michael Jackson tribute act, which I don't know how to feel about, but it's not actually Michael Jackson, so...
What?
We'll go
refund.
We'll go with it. I'm also playing Blue Reef Festival with the Polygons, which is a local festival down here. I'm playing a bunch of shows with Teddy Bears, loads that haven't even been announced yet, in Brighton and London. So if you're in Brighton and London areas, I'm going to be in those areas with my bands. Just go on Teddy Bear's Instagram or the Polygon's Instagram or thepolygons.com, and you can find it all there. And if you come from the podcast, I will buy you a shot. If you say I am from the podcast, I will buy you a shot.
Big words for a 24-year-old.
So, yeah, and just let you know, it will be the cheapest shot they have. So I hope you enjoy doing
Aftershock,
like 15% pineapple liqueur or whatever. But if you come, I will buy you a shot if you say I came from the Disloyal Order podcast. Don't put this on TikTok. It's only for people that stay to the end.
Oh my god, wait, I need to know if anyone does. This is going to be incredible. What happens if like fucking 50 people, 50 tickets.
If 50 people come to the gig because of the Disloyal Order podcast, I will buy 50 people a shot. I have a credit card.
Awesome. Well, I'm doing fuck all next month except for Hammer Down Festival interviewing, so you can catch those videos. They'll be up on the YouTube channel and on the website as soon as possible. It's going to be a lot of work, a lot of editing, but I've got my gals in the group chat writing me some stuff in the meantime, so you can check out the Disloyal website down below, as well as the Disloyal Order social media and mine and Sam's social media also.
Lovely stuff.
That was pretty smooth in one go.
That was. See you next month. Bye.
Bye.